What is going on, everyone? You know it's the off season when you start seeing Mel Kiper drop his mock drafts. That's what we are going to be reacting to today. Let me know also who you guys have winning tonight. I have the Baltimore Ravens and Detroit Lions. Guys, this draft season for the Houston Texans, it's going to be different than the previous years. Different in the sense of you are not selecting in the top five anymore like you were the previous two, selecting Derek Stingley and franchise quarterback CJ Stroud. You do not have that extra first round pick that you had the previous 2 years that you used on Kenyon Green and Will Anderson Jr. You only have one pick, and that is the 23rd selection in this year's draft. Still plenty, a lot of talent on the board. And I ask you, Houston Texans fans, what do you think are the team's biggest draft needs this season? Me, I want to see the defensive line beefed up, the interior, and I want to see the secondary invested in because, man, I know they had their moments, but it was pretty bad. You might need two starting safeties next year, and you're definitely going to need another cornerback. I do not believe Steven Nelson will be back here. He is a free agent. Maybe the Houston Texans want to get younger. However, once again, we're going to be reacting to Mel Kiper's mock draft. The Houston Texans have the 23rd pick. Let's see who he has us selecting. Welcome, everyone, to the 713 Houston Sportcast. I am your host, Ruben Calvillo. I drop daily Houston Texans content, so make sure you guys are following me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok for the latest news, rumors, and updates. And if you guys are new here to the channel, welcome. Trying to hit 10K subscribers by the end of the football season. Please help me get there. And thank you all so much for watching today's episode. Now, shout out to Mel Kiper. He's been doing these mock drafts since before I was born. And with the 23rd pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Houston Texans are projected to select Jerzon Johnny Newton, defensive tackle from Illinois. This is what Mel Kiper had to say. While I can see Houston pursuing multiple positions with this pick, Newton would both fill a void and be a high upside selection. Newton is the best interior pass rusher in this class. He had 16 and a half sacks in 3 seasons for the Fighting Illini. He improved his pressure rate in every season, showing off an impressive combination of strength and natural talent. He also has versatility, as 3 of his sacks were from when he lined up as the nose tackle. He could slot into Rankin's spot in the lineup because we know that Sheldon Rankins is a free agent. This will be his replacement. Jerzon Newton, a freak, a monster, 6'2", 295 pounds. You look at all his accomplishments: AP second team All-American, led the nation's #1 scorer in defense and tackles for loss 14s and sacks 5.5. Tied for the national lead in quarterback hits with 19, led Power 5 interior defensive lineman in pressures with 59, the only Big Ten D lineman to play over 400 snaps. This is a guy who has a high motor, who doesn't come off the football field. That is exactly what a swarming Houston Texans defense needs. Second highest run defense grade among Power 5 D linemen, #1 in the Big Ten. Fifth highest in pass rush win rate grade among Power 5 D linemen, and #1 in the Big Ten. You are adding a freak of nature, someone who shouldn't be doing this at 6'2", 295 pounds. And I talked about what I wanted to see earlier, and that was the Houston Texans beef up their D-line in this draft. You look at his stats: 2021, 50 total tackles, 3.5 tackles for loss, 3.5 sacks. 2022, where he just goes absolutely crazy: 62 tackles, 14 tackles for loss, 5.5 sacks, 3 passes defended. 2023, this year, 52 total tackles, 8.5 tackles for loss, 7.5 sacks on the season. Bring that to Houston, Jerzon. Bring that to Houston. And I like that Mel Kiper didn't go offensive lineman because, once again, I don't believe the Houston Texans are seeing the O-line this year as a priority and something that needs to be addressed. I think Jerzon Johnny Newton would be a great selection for this Houston Texans defense. Let me know who you guys like in the draft. Who should I be taking a look at? And as we get closer to free agency, as we get closer to the draft, we kind of get an understanding of how this team is building for the future. But ladies and gentlemen, once again, with the 23 pick in this year's draft, the Houston Texans are projected to select Jerzon Newton, defensive tackle from Illinois. This was from Mel Kiper. Enjoy the game today, guys. For more Houston Texans content, y'all know what to do. Feel free and follow me for more. Go Houston. Have a very blessed day.